This one particular day when I came home from school, I usually go home and practice. And I was playing music a little bit too loud, and my mom's came and banged on the door, boom, 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 boom. If you don't cut that music down, you're gonna have to cut it off. So while she was in the doorway, screaming at me, I was still holding the record and rubbing the record back and forth. When she left, I was like, that's a pretty good idea. So when she left, I experimented with it, a couple of months, a couple of weeks, different records. And then when I was ready, we gave a party, and that's when I first introduced the scratch.
The DJ was the source of the energy because it was his responsibility to find the music, the selection of music, what type of rhythms that the people would feel in the audience. And there actually were no MCs, it was just the DJ.
We would never get on the mic and start saying a rhyme. The only time we would pick up the microphone is when we would say, if you own a green truck outside, please move it, or Jerry, your mother's at the door.
And it was a DJ who had to give the rights of passage to the MC to even pick up a mic at his set.
If a person wants to get an understanding of how hip-hop was back then, the best thing is to look at Wild Style because, that was how it was done. You're not gonna get to see Grandmaster Flash, cutting in his kitchen. That wasn't like part of, somebody wrote a skit or something and said, well, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have him put his turntables in the kitchen. No, they were in the kitchen.
A lot of the clubs further down in Midtown Manhattan, they never wanted to book no MCs or DJs. As time went by and they found out that we were making money, that's when they started booking us. Things started getting pushed more downtown.
That's when a lot of the punk rockers started coming up, hanging with us and partying among Black and Latinos, where everybody thought it was going to be some type of racial violence and this and that. But as Uncle George Clinton said, one nation under the groove.
We felt so attached to this because this wasn't just something that we did for the money. I mean, we believed in this. I mean, when I left, I could play for 6-7 hours outside. Then when I came home, I set my turntables up and I played for another 6-7 hours. You know what I'm saying? It was something I had to do.
It's history, and a lot of people don't really understand what actually happened then, because there's the pre-rap record hip-hop, before people were rhyming on records.
Malcolm McLaren, all this scratching's making me itch, zigga, zigga, zigga. Where's that sound coming from? The zigga, zigga, what is that sound? So one day I turned on the TV, I seen Grand Mixer's DST live in concert with Herbie Hancock. Oh, that's where that zigga, zigga sound comes from. Is that turntable moving back and forth. And then I knew that's what I'm gonna be one day. It was just so futuristic at its time. Who would have thought? I mean, there's people playing the trumpet, drums, but I just knew that this is something different. Hey, I want to move the record back and forth in my own way. That's Robert Johnson, the Delta Blues.
This is a fader, so you can just, what it is just on and off. That's all it is. It's kind of like talking, you just speak what you're saying, The more techniques you know, the more, it's like each technique is a word. And so the larger your vocabulary, the more articulate you can speak. Farts, burps. Beat juggling is the live manipulation and remix of music right before your eyes. Usually what you do is you kind of use the same two records. So this is like, I'm just using a piece of the record. It's called a break. It's like, and then this is the same record as well. Like that, right? The fader is like for that turntable and that turntable, right? And in the middle is both. So if you mess with both of those beats, you can go.
To me, the original turntablist is Grand Mixer DST. Not only was he an integral part of the song and the band, he was like the highlight. Chowa 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 chowa. Chowa 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 chowa. Chup chup.
The turntable is a musical instrument as long as you could see it being a musical instrument. You're dealing with notes, you're dealing with measures, you're dealing with timing, you're dealing with rhythm. It's just, you know, different tools, but the outcome is the same, music.
In order to help people, I make music for them and, you know, teach people about scratching and I guess try to brighten up their lives or whatever, you know. That's my whole destiny on this earth.
Q-Bird and Mixmaster Mike, and they all tell me, hey man, when we saw you, that was it. And I know that I've affected the population of the planet Earth. That's a great feeling.
I feel that people today are realizing that what they're doing now came from somewhere. In order for it to go any further, it has to go around the 360 in order for it to go even further. And I always say, you have to know where hip-hop's been in order to know where it's going. You have to.